Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Five marketing tips for health coaches that will build trust in the long term and get you clients in the short term. Now, you might be a coach or maybe a consultant or small to medium business. This podcast is aimed at marketing for health coaches, and some of the things that I'm going to be talking about might translate to your industry, but I really want to stress out that marketing for health coaches does not follow the rules of mainstream marketing. So I really want you, if you're a health coach, to pay attention, because health professionals require a strong reputation focused on trustworthiness. Okay, so if you're a health coach that's passionate about the work that you're meant to be doing and living an inspired life while you're doing that, you're in the right place, my friend. My mission is to help health coaches like yourself to build a brand that you're proud of and create a lifestyle that you love. I still want to make sure that the rest of the audience, if you're maybe a wealth coach or a relationship coach, this might also come in handy. And if you're a consultant, maybe you can listen to another podcast or just simply listen, because I'm going to be giving the secret to success in health marketing and 5 tips that will help them attract more clients, now and obviously forever, because at the end of the day, we're here to create businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. And if you're doing the right thing and creating the right content, you, my friend, will be able to create trust, in the long term and generate leads in the short term. And you might be asking yourself, why am I listening to this podcast and why should I bother? My name is Prosper. Like I said, I help coaches and consultants and also online service providers to create a consistent stream of leads for their businesses through, content marketing and SEO. And if you're looking for help to plan your content and create a strong strategy to generate leads for your website, we should definitely connect. And my goal is to ensure that, you are creating a business that's profitable and enjoyable and actually creating for and relating to the audience that you're going to be demanding money off of a whole lot later. Okay, so before we actually get started, I really wanted you to have a clear understanding of why it's different for marketing for health coaches, and it's not the same. It's because you're dealing with people's health. All right, not only are people going to be skeptical about what you're going to be putting out there, but it's difficult for you to actually advertise on platforms like Facebook and on Google without getting a strike predicated on the fact that they just don't want people giving health advice that is not the CDC or the NIH or whatever the Australian version is. All right, so to successfully market yourself as a health coach and you stay within the confines of, the red tape that is put out against health information on the internet, while you're actually reaching your audience, I'm going to be helping you establish yourself, first of all, as an authority in your field that will actually, loosen the reins that Google and Facebook has on people that are in the coaching industry. And then you'll be able to communicate your unique value proposition to potential clients. So we're going to be talking about defining your niche, because if you know exactly who you need to be speaking to, it makes it super easy for you to go out and find them. And not a lot of people are going to be raising up their hands to tell you that they've got health issues, heart issues or things of that nature, unless they've actually had a heart attack. Then that's a little bit too late for somebody to start working with a health coach. They now need a health practitioner of some sort, okay? And we're going to be helping you develop a strong brand, because you are constantly going to be looking for customers, because once you've helped somebody, really optimize their health, that's it. You're going to need to look for new customers and their testimonials. Sometimes a lot of people don't want to go into the public telling other people that they used to be fat, and you help them start accepting themselves. And I'm not fat shaming or anything else, and if you've got any reservations around that, then you're in the wrong podcast, my friend. Okay, so you should also be able to leverage social media. We'll be talking about how platforms like Instagram and Facebook can be powerful tools that you can use to connect with your potential clients. And then one thing that I want you to start working on is building an email list, because email can be an effective way for you to actually nurture your leads and keep your audience engaged. And if you're offering lead magnets, such as a free ebook to help people start on their journey, maybe to stop eating sugar, stop eating fatty foods, so they can actually start looking at their diets, you, my friend, will be welcome to a lot of people's inboxes if you do it well. Okay, and I'm also going to be talking a little bit about offering free value, because you literally have to help people by actually helping them. What habits do they need to let go of, and things of that nature. And like I mentioned earlier on, getting client testimonials, because if you've got positive reviews and testimonials from satisfied clients, then you'll be able to utilize them as a powerful marketing tool. But you need to ask these clients for their permission, because some people don't want their information peddled out there in the marketplace. And the last thing, which is a bonus, you got to wait for it, is talking about networking and actually collaborating with other people, because health is only a symptom of a lot of things not working well. Okay, so somebody might have depression, somebody might be going through divorce and things of that nature. It might actually be stemming off of their diet or things like that, because with the way we operate and connect with other people, you might have other experts that you can find at conferences or at events or other networking opportunities, and you can actually connect with potential clients and build relationships with people before they get to know, like, and trust. So as you can see, it's usually the same sort of principles, but it's just different in the way that you are accepted by the marketplace. You know why? Because you're talking about people's health, okay? They only trust people with white dust coats. And you would have noticed during the pandemic that everybody paid attention to the experts, on the TV, who were leading people, towards a healthier way of being. Of course, if you're a health coach, you would understand that that would not have been the way. People should have listened to you, walked a little bit more, exercised a little bit more, and connected with their loved ones. That actually helps you with your health. And I'm not a health person, I'm not a health expert, so I want you to take this from a marketing point of view, not from a health perspective. I'm just giving you stuff that actually works, so that you, my friend, can actually start attracting more clients and create a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And I want you to understand this from the get-go, that marketing for health coaches does not necessarily follow the rules of mainstream marketing. Even though they're the same, health professionals require a strong reputation focused on trustworthiness. You're dealing with people's health, and you should remember that people are looking for solutions that will make them happier, richer, thinner, and better looking than other people. And what better place to be well positioned as a health coach to actually help people achieve their goals. All right. So as a health coach, you might find yourself, cold calling potential clients and having them hang up in your face, or maybe sending out hundreds of emails without even getting as much as, hey, thank you so much for reaching out, or wasting thousands of dollars on ad spend without generating any qualified leads. And that is because health is usually one of those things that are meant to be kept private, unless you've been living in the world I've lived in the last couple of years, where you had to parade your health status in front of strangers. But naturally, a lot of people want to keep their health to themselves. So basically, it's going to be very difficult for people to open up, to actually understand that they have needs for them to actually be healthy, so that they can have a happier existence. But this is what you need to do now as a health coach. You need to understand what are the intricate human requirements, human needs that you need to start attacking. So we're going to be talking about that, because if you have identified your target market, you'll be able to decide upon a specific health coaching area that you can specialize in and tailor your messaging and marketing efforts accordingly. That way you're not spraying and praying and spreading a virus out there, with information that is not being received. Okay, so let me just excite you a little bit, because I think maybe by now you're thinking, wait a minute, who's this guy and why should I care? This statistic might actually get you to start paying attention. I know we're 10 minutes in and I haven't maybe said anything, and those people that just want to hear the brief of what I've said have probably left, but you're with me, my friend, and I love you for that. Okay, so by 2025, hear me out, by 2025, okay, and if this is going to age this podcast, so if we haven't reached the year 2025, then you're in luck. You can still work on it. If we've already passed the year 2025 when you're listening to this, then know that the figure that I'm going to tell you now is a little bit higher now. So by the time I record this podcast, by the year 2025, the health coaching industry will be worth $8.8 billion. I'm going to say that number again. $8.8 billion. So if you can get yourself a piece of that pie, you know what I mean? Even if you get 0.1%, all right? All you got to do is strategically place yourself as the go-to, health coach or practitioner in the niche that you have chosen. And you, my friend, will be you would have created a business that's profitable and enjoyable, and it'll be easy for you to actually start finding prospects and increase, awareness of your existence. All right. So if you are anything like all the other coaches that we speak to every single day, you need to find who exactly has the problems that you can solve, and then do your best to reach out to those people as often and as consistent as possible. All right. So the demand for health coaches is going to be increasing, and it's going to continuously grow. And it's just because people now have some sort of distrust on the mainstream way of doing things. So why do some coaches do well and others not so much? Okay. The secret is in their marketing. Like I've said, I've got 5 methods that I want you to start incorporating within your business. And if you do, you, my friend, will be amongst the upper echelons of the people that are actually, reaping the rewards of this $8.8 billion industry. Wouldn't that be nice? All right. So like I was saying, marketing for health coaches does not follow the same rules as your mainstream marketing, even though with marketing, everything just seems to be the same. You're using the same tools. You're in the same marketing environment. Even those with marketing experience can actually find it a hard nut to crack, all right? A lot of health coaches need to build a strong foundation that is focused on their trustworthiness in order for them to thrive. And I'm sorry for the spoiler, but this is not built around twerking or wiggling around on TikTok or Instagram. The only thing that you're gonna receive from that is a bill from your phone, and you're not gonna get a return on your investment, and that is only just gonna leave you with a lot of burnout, and you become a statistic of one of those people that just maybe lasted 3 years in business and didn't go any further. All right. So one thing that you need to start doing as a health coach is to learn how to blog. All right. Not necessarily blog, but you need to learn to disseminate information, because if you have identified your target market and you've clarified your message, you need to determine the media you're going to be reaching out to them consistently. I'll give you a specific example. All right. I speak. All right. This is my way of passing on information. The reason why I'm talking about marketing for health coaches is because I just got off a consultation call with the health coach, and we actually determined, okay, yes, they might be doing all the right things, but nobody knows who they are. They haven't got clout in the industry, so they need to build trustworthiness in the industry. And how do you do that? You show up in people's news feeds. You provide value, okay? Because we get paid in direct proportion to the value that we bring to the marketplace. So if you learn how to blog, or you learn how to do videos, or you learn how to speak on a podcast like I'm doing, you now create a body of work that people can refer to. So you need to learn how to author, because if you want to be an authority, there is an aspect of authoring in the word authority, okay? Spell it out, then you would notice what I'm talking about. Authority is spelled AUTHORITY. There's author in the word authority. So you can author a blog, you can author a podcast, you can author a book. You want to be known for something, all right? And you've probably seen a lot of coaches using social media to build their business, but often selling through social media means, you're messaging people who follow you on social media and trying to sell to them, sliding into their DMs and things of that nature. But like I mentioned before, health coaches should be avoiding this, you know what I mean? Because as a health coach, your reputation is key to getting clients to actually trust you and work with you, you know what I mean? Therefore, you need to avoid marketing that has a negative effect on your reputation, such as, resorting to spammy marketing gimmicks and unsolicited reach in the form of DMs, or sometimes when you're just spraying and praying, with your marketing. All right. So, you need to build trust in the long term, but also getting clients in the short term. All right. So that's why I keep repeating that marketing for health coaches starts with setting up a health blog. Do you have somewhere that people can come to and get information before they need, to talk to you? All right. So if you don't own your own health and wellness blog yet, you need to start one up as soon as possible. All right, you got to do it on WordPress or some other platform that you think you can use, but I recommend WordPress. All right, and once you start getting traffic from Google, okay, people start respecting your health and wellness blog. All right, so you also want to learn about how to create the strategy that would then grow your website traffic, so that you're actually converting those people into customers that pay, stay, and refer. All right, so let me tell you something about what a health blog should have. Some people would say, how often should I be blogging? I ideally say twice or once per week. All right, the faster you want to see results, the more often you should be blogging. The internet is predicated on communities, it's predicated on conversations, and it's predicated on content. All right, so if you're not part of any communities, you're not part of the conversations, and you're not contributing to the content, then you are literally not running a business. All right, so if people are talking about health issues, heart problems, or whatever inflammation that might be receiving, or loss of breath, or whatever it is that your specialty is, and you're not part of those conversations, and you're not contributing to that content, somebody is, and that person is the one who's generating the most leads. All right, and then you might be sitting there asking yourself, how long should this blog post be? You really want to establish your authority, so try and aim for a 2,000 word blog. If you can't type that much, you can record yourself in Audacity or whatever recording tool that you have, and then get Google to translate or transcribe that information for you. That is actually possible. Or you can actually speak to text. I think there's a lot of tools that you can use out there. And if you start getting people coming in as traffic from Google starts trusting you, and they start sending people to you that actually are in need of whatever solutions that you might have. Okay, and I really want you to learn how to blog to nail your health coaching marketing, or do videos, or do a podcast. All right, because trust is built through strong, valuable core content, which you post on your blog, which you post on your podcast, which you post on your YouTube. All right. And social media just so happens to be a distribution and amplification channel. You are not building a business if all you're doing is posting on social media. Okay. You want your audience to come to your website and jump onto your email list because they love your content. And for this to happen, you need to create quality content that is consistent. All right. And don't be seen to have a blog on your website that was last looked after maybe 3 or 4 years ago. People looking for relevant information. People are looking for information that is absolutely cutting edge, so that they can actually start optimizing their health. Remember, people's health, people's wealth, people's relationships are the most important thing to them. All right. They're looking to be thinner. They're looking to be happier. They're looking to be better than other people. If you're not showing up when these people are searching for solutions that your service might be helping them, I kid you not, you're missing out on the opportunity for you to actually build trust. All right. And if you stop marketing, people that stop doing their marketing is like, thinking that stopping marketing will save you money is a lot like thinking that stopping your watch will save you time. You're kidding no one. All right. You need people to know, like, and trust you so they can refer, to you and actually cite your content as a reason for them to actually engage with you. All right. So if you're starting out, you may want to start writing out articles and just getting better at it. Video takes a lot of time, money, and experience, and also a podcast like this. You know what I mean? I just find, ideas to talk about, and then I come and snitch on them to you, hoping that you can take this home and actually start creating a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And it's possible, obviously, unless you have a background in audio visual, for you to slam a video and a podcast at will. You know what I mean? So I want you to really just start writing. The more you write, the more you also strengthen your own mindset around what it is that you do. You know what I mean? So find out what your clients are struggling with, and then understand how your clients are perceiving their own struggles before they actually meet you. How do they define the problems that they are facing? And just write about that. Or if you actually were embarrassed and struggling with something, that could be something that you could write about. Maybe you're trying to lose weight, or maybe you're trying to stop sugar, or maybe you're trying to do a keto diet, or whatever it is that you're helping people's health with. It starts with the mindset. It starts with you being empathetic to somebody's situation. And before you know it, they now obviously will start eating with, working with you, or things of that nature, right? So your client, you really need to understand where they are before they reach out to you. So that's why you have to identify your target market. And you might be thinking, why am I sitting around blogging so much? Because if you have defined your niche and you're writing content out there, you know what happens with content? You literally can start strong brand, because when you create a strong visual brand that actually aligns with your niche, it sets you apart from all the other health coaches out there. And this actually includes you blogging out there and then using social media to amplify that content, because it's unique to you. It's not something that people can just find willy-nilly online. All right. So, and once you've started writing, let me tell you something. SEO starts working in your favor. You know what I mean? So you want to write all the client stories. You want to put in your personal anecdotes, and that will help people connect with you a lot more. And, in the blogs, you can also drop a testimonial or two every now and again, and this will help persuade your audience to want to do business with you, because every blog that you put out there will be a landing page that, when somebody meets you for the first time, guess what? They will reach out to you just predicated on that. And once you've written all these blogs, guess what you can do? You can start creating simple systems, simple processes that people can follow. You know what I mean? And just start being creative and get people to take action. All right, get people to follow you, get people to connect with you, get people to get on a discovery call with you and things of that nature. And then pretty much once you have written that piece of content, guess what you can do? Leverage social media. All right, you want to leverage platforms like Instagram and Facebook, and connect with your potential clients and start building your brand while you're sharing that valuable content that you have written yourself. All right, and then that blog post can literally be repurposed into an Instagram post. It can be repurposed into social media posts that you can then start utilizing. All right, and you start engaging your audience, driving them back to your website, using hashtags to increase your visibility on the content that you have created, not other people's content. And one thing that you can also then do is using email marketing, all right? Because while you're doing that, and you can actually get, people to, turn the prospects into leads that will then buy from you. So with the blog post, you can start creating lead capturing funnels and a nurturing system behind the scenes, all right? So you need to start building an email list, all right? Email marketing can actually be an effective way for you to nurture leads and keep your audience engaged, all right? Some health problems are embarrassing, so people don't want to be seen to be, looking at photos of skin disorders or whatever it is on social media. But if you write to them in an email, people are usually responsive, okay? So health coaches need an email list in order for them to grow their client base, all right? So you want to grow your email list with maybe a quality piece of information that you're giving people for free out there. You know what I mean? So as a health coach, you're bound to have something your audience would love. For example, if you help women maybe manage chronic illness, and I was speaking to another health coach who helps women with menopause and things of that nature, you probably know a lot about how a necessary diet or lifestyle change can actually be what your client is looking for. So you can create an ebook that actually walks them through why dietary changes are just or maybe just touch up on what lifestyle changes that they might need to undertake. So make it super actionable and make sure that they get immediate benefits. You need help people by actually helping them. Okay, so you need to be offering free value, all right? So providing free value such as, the stuff that you're writing in your blog post, turning that into videos or turning your blogs into webinars, you can actually help you establish yourself as an authority and build trust with potential clients. Have you noticed that it all stems from just creating some sort of content piece that you can then maximize? You shoot 5 birds with just one stone, and you just got to know how to blog. And once you get your audience attention, all right, it makes it super easy for you to show up to them in emails, on social media and things of that nature. And you want to make sure that you are emailing your list every week, all right, and growing it as you go, all right? You need to email that list. I mean, there'll always be those that are not ready to buy in your audience. Their pain is not strong enough to want to move forward with you, or perhaps their life situation is not in the right place for them to be able to afford you, but there's always somebody, okay? I mean, it may sound simplistic, but you've probably heard this before. However, if done correctly, an active blog and an email list are all that you need for you to be able to be building your coaching figures from 0 to 6 figures, all right? And at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that you stay visible so that, when your people are ready to work with you or work with a health coach, you stay front of mind, all right? And you can do this with an active blog and an active email list, and you're doing it regularly, consistently. And when you write a blog, you have an excuse to email your people and say, hey, I made this for you, all right? So you can literally then encourage your people to follow you on social media, ask some questions, and whatever they're asking you, you create and answer it in the form of a blog, and that now creates a perpetual content strategy that you have out there. So, like I said, it may sound very simplistic, but if you just have an active blog and an email list, that's all you need to really build a health coaching business that is profitable and enjoyable. And if you would like help understanding how this could work for your health coaching, wellness and therapy practice, I encourage you to schedule a call with me. Let's have a chat, and we'll definitely work together, all right, so that we can really optimize your work, what you're doing right now, so that you stop a random act of marketing, all right? This is what we're going to do. We'll work hands-on with you and develop a strategic plan, and then deep dive and work through your ideal client clarity, all right? And we'll look at strategic messaging, consulting offers, or coaching offers, and then we'll look at your pricing and your business model, if it is actually created so that you can turn those prospects that are coming to your website into leads that buy from you. And then I'll definitely just help you set up your marketing engine and lead generation system so that you can consistently attract your ideal clients. All right. So now that you listened all the way up until the end, the last thing I wanted you to know is you need to network and collaborate with other people, okay? You need to attend conferences, events, other networking opportunities so you can connect with your potential clients and build relationships with other professionals in your industry. That way, you've got referral partners that are going to be sending leads your way, all right? I'm hoping that by following these tips as a health coach or therapist or health professional, you'll be able to constantly communicate your unique value proposition through blogging and emailing, and you can effectively market yourself as a health marketing coach and attract your ideal clients. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with this information. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au